A, E, I, O, U. The Filipino vowels. Kumusta po kayo? My name is Jay, and I'm a Filipino, and I call the Philippines my home. This channel is dedicated to giving you a flavor of the Tagalog language and hopefully encourage you to pursue more serious Tagalog learning. There are a number of online Tagalog learnings out there, and I do encourage you to check them out. In my last video, we talked about the Filipino alphabet and its very colorful history. If you have missed that, I am providing a link down below, so do check it out. In this video, we are going to talk about how to combine letters and how they sound in Tagalog. So, tara na! Magsimula na tayo! Let's start with the vowels. In Tagalog, each vowel produces one sound. Generally, that's about 5 vowel sounds. I say generally because it could be more if we count the sounds produced by putting a stress on the vowels or by what we call glottal stops. These are the abrupt ending of a word by rapidly closing the throat. But that is a lesson for another day. For now, let us focus on the basic vowel sounds in Tagalog. Let's try it. A, E, I, O, U. That was easy, right? Let's try again. A, E, I, O, U. In Tagalog, we pronounce the words phonetically as they are written. Here are some examples. Ala-ala, memory. Ala-ala, ala-ala. Empleyado, employee. Empleyado, empleyado. Estilo, style. Estilo, estilo. Oso, bear. Oso, oso. Umuulan, raining. Umuulan, umuulan. Now, let's take a look at the consonants. But before we do that, please do not forget to subscribe. Now, back to our consonants. Let's start with the letter B. Babala, warning. Babala, babala. Letter C. We can pronounce the letter C with an S or K sound. It is only used for words of foreign origin that have not been assimilated into Tagalog or Tagalog words which were written originally using Spanish letters. For example, Cavite, 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 which is a province south of Manila. Another one is Pasita, Pasita, Pasita. Letter D, Dagat, Dagat, meaning sea or ocean, Dagat. The letter F. The letter F is another letter used for words of foreign origin that have not been assimilated into Tagalog or Tagalog words which were written originally in Spanish orthography. For example, Fernando, Fernando, which is a name or a man's name of Spanish origin, Fernando. In my last video, you will remember that the letter F together with a bunch of other letters were taken out when the abacada was introduced. Letter G. The letter G can be pronounced with a G or an H sound. For example, ginto, ginto, meaning gold. ginto. Or Herona, 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 which is a town in Tarlac province. Letter H, Hari, Hari, king, Hari. Letter J. The letter J can be pronounced like a J in English or with an H sound. For example, janitor, janitor, which is a loan word from English, janitor. Or La Jota Manilena, La Jota Manilena, which is a Tagalog traditional dance. If you think about it, the letter J is a reflection of the long colonial history of the Philippines, starting with the Spanish and then with the Americans, with all of these loan words that are now present in the Tagalog vocabulary. K. The K in Tagalog is not aspirated. For example, katipunan, katipunan, which means society or association, katipunan. L. Lalaki, lalaki, man, lalaki. M. Maganda, maganda, meaning beautiful, maganda. The letter NG. For example, ngayon, ngayon, meaning now or today, ngayon. The letter N. Nanay, nanay, meaning mother, nanay. Enye. The letter Enye is used for words of Spanish origin, and you will normally find this somewhere in the middle of the word. For example, Santo Niño, Santo Niño, or the child Jesus, Santo Niño. The letter P. The Tagalog letter P is not aspirated. For example, Pilipinas, Pilipinas, which means Philippines, Pilipinas. The letter Q. The letter Q is used for words of foreign origin. Like in English and Spanish, it sounds like the letter K. Quezon, Quezon, a province east of Manila, Quezon. You will recall in my last video, I mentioned about Manuel Luis Quezon, the President of the Philippine Commonwealth. Well, the Quezon province was named in his honor. Letter R. Relo, relo, wristwatch or clock, relo. Letter S. Sundalo, sundalo, soldier, not sandalo, sundalo. Letter T. This letter is not aspirated. Tiwala, tiwala, trust, tiwala. Letter V. Villegas, Villegas, a common Filipino surname of Spanish origin, Villegas. W. Watawat, watawat, meaning flag, watawat. The letter X. The letter X is used for words of foreign origin. For example, X-ray, X-ray, which is a loan word from English. Another example is Mexico, Mexico. In Tagalog, Mexico is pronounced Mexico, not Mexico, Mexico. I'm sure that the Filipinos during the Spanish colonial period would pronounce Mexico as Mexico because that's how the Spanish would pronounce it. Pronouncing Mexico as Mexico, again, is a lingering influence of the Americans. Letter Y. Yungib, Yungib, meaning cave, Yungib. Letter Z. Zamboanga, Zamboanga, a province in Mindanao Island, Zamboanga. So, as you can see, pronouncing Tagalog words is very straightforward. What you need to do is to practice the Tagalog vowel sounds. Combining them with consonants would produce consistent sounds throughout the alphabet. In my next video, we are going to continue to look at more syllables and how they are pronounced in Tagalog. I hope you learned something new, and if you did, please do not forget to click on like and subscribe to this channel. Hanggang sa susunod! In my last video, I briefly talked about the landing and the eventual death of Ferdinand Magellan in Mactan Islands in the Philippines in 1521. This year is the 5th centennial of those events. I'm sure in Spain they will be celebrating the journey of Ferdinand Magellan. However, in the Philippines, we are going to be celebrating something else. We are going to be celebrating the very first recorded time that Filipinos were able to defeat foreign invaders. However, you can be sure that with the coronavirus pandemic happening right now, those celebrations will be muted, which is a shame.